He was in season 6, and we loved him so much, we decided to bring him back.
We meet again, Detective.
People who watched in season 6, we know he's not really Sherlock Holmes. He's a boy who had a terrible trauma happen to him, and he assumes the character of Sherlock Holmes. But what we wanted to do this time was just to play him as though he were a detective solving a case. And in fact, he and Murdoch worked together almost from the get-go.
The famous Sherlock Holmes. I'm Benjamin McQueen. Everyone calls me Ben.
Detective William Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary.
And Miss Webb was your nanny?
Yes, I'm pleased that a detective of your caliber is looking for her.
Because he was traumatized as a kid, I thought it'd be really interesting to put a child in the episode. I wanted to sort of push a little bit more the trauma of it, but it didn't seem to fit the tone of the episode because we really wanted to have a lightness to it and just enjoy this character and not pull him back into the dark side of him. We set that up right from the beginning, and through the whole episode, we just treat him as though he is Sherlock Holmes.
Whoever hired you, Mr. Holmes, is familiar with your work.
Exactly. The book is well read. Mr. Burns was clearly a devotee.
I read a lot of the Conan Doyle books before I came out the first time, and then for the second time I kind of just looked over what I'd done previously and kind of worked out where he'd been, and it was nice to step back into his shoes.
You're sort of crossing two worlds together, you know, classic icon, and then a sort of modern adaptation on the Victorian murder mystery.
Through the episode, there's just moments between the two of them, between Sherlock and Murdoch, that, you know, we intentionally built in because that's part of the fun of it. The two of them work actually very well together because they have a similar sort of way of approaching things.
There's so much play you can enjoy when we're really just creating a fictional character but that everybody knows about, these great references, you know. Our audience seems to enjoy and appreciates where we take liberties with fictional history.
I did research into Sherlock Holmes, the fictional character, because we forget that he was actually a fictional character created by Arthur Conan Doyle. And I, in fact, use as some clues in the story, sort of Holmesian lore. There's a specific story, there's the boy and his godfather exchange messages that are all, use a code that's actually in one of the Sherlock books. So I thought that Sherlock fans would enjoy that. I really wrote it with one eye on people enjoying the Holmesianness of it. I wanted fans of Sherlock Holmes to really enjoy this episode and, you know, see those little details. And I really enjoy writing that way and finding those small references.
Detective, the vegetation in this area is quite different. Hedria helix, not native to Canada, yet the surrounding growth is still natural flora of the forest floor.
It's been planted deliberately, perhaps to hide something.
My curiosity is piqued.
I think there's just something about the way he approaches crime, and it's a combination of wit and really great stories. The Sherlock Holmes stories are, you know, I mean, they were the first real detective stories. You know, he was the first real popular detective. Don't be surprised to not see him again.